I've always wanted to be a father.
I don't think it's fair.
I didn't create lives, lightly. This was very, very important to me.
I don't like promoting my private life, and I don't understand why this person, I don't want to allow this person to take more advantage of my career.
When we created these lives and we were going to put them into a surrogate, we were coming up with names for our children. And so to do anything besides continue their journey towards life and through birth, to me, it's tantamount to destruction.
I don't understand why the media is allowing a person to just try to put me down and try to make it like that something ugly is happening when nothing is happening.
Sofia Vergara and her ex-fiancé, Nick Loeb's fight over frozen embryos has gotten even more personal. During an interview this week, Vergara accused Loeb of trying to capitalize on her fame. He says this is more of a moral issue. Dr. Lillian Shapiro is an OBGYN. She's also author of the fertility book, TikTok. She's here to sort things out with us because I'm a little confused. They've signed an agreement, and it said both of them have to agree on what is going to happen to these embryos. It seems like a moot point to file a lawsuit to say we have to go forward when she's never going to agree to it. Why is this debate even happening?
It's a very complicated issue. Emotions are high whenever there are children involved or potential children. But they sat down. Fertility folks face this all the time. This is not the first couple to have frozen embryos to split up. And that is why they sit down, probably with lawyers before, and write out a document saying what are we going to do in this situation and what are we going to do in that situation. It's like a prenup.
And you've said to me, this does happen all the time. Well, in past cases, how has it been handled? Where does it end?
Well, people follow their documents, and if they break up and have agreed not to continue as parents when they're not together, then that's the end of the story. Now, Sophia, at 42, does not have quite so many options. I mean, these two embryos, if and when she would ever want to use them and they were to agree together, could be one of her last chances. He, on the other hand, can go meet a woman who actually wants to have a baby with him. He can go to a fertility clinic and have an anonymous surrogate, an anonymous donor, and then find a surrogate. So he has a lot of options to have babies. There are 100,000 children in this country up for adoption. 100,000 children. So if someone desperately wants to be a parent and has unlimited resources, instead of spending them on lawyers, I would recommend spending them on actual children who already exist.
And that's a great point. So many children in need. Let's talk about just a couple that may be sitting at home and they say, could this happen to me? Not knowing whether or not their relationship is bulletproof. Could this happen to other couples where there's a fight like this if they break up?
Well, there are always fights when people break up, and that's why people write prenups if there are a lot of things to fight about, and that's why people write a contract deciding ahead of time when they're not in the heat of the moment.
A contract that they sign, so it'll be interesting to see where this ends in the legal sense. But for the scientific sense, Dr. Shapiro, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.